seems to be such an attack on the mind. Can you talk to us about that?
I think there's a rise in radiation and mental unhealth. I think it's going to continue to increase. I think a lot of it is spiritual.
Welcome to Moment with God. Thank you so much for tuning in. Our topic is about our mental health, how the devil robs our minds. Let's listen to this.
It's the first generation in the history of the world in which we have windows into everyone's life through social media.
Yeah.
And so there is an increase in comparison. There is an increase in jealousy. There is an increase in envy. While you're watching everybody's highlight reels on social media, while there is a decrease in vulnerability and honesty, we're watching everybody's life. And so what that is creating in us is a addiction for an approval, an addiction for likes, a comparison with other people. And so when you have all of this happening at the same time, searches for affirmation, people pleasing, addiction for likes, windows of comparison, demonic attacks against people's minds, a decrease in biblical proclamation. You put all these things together, and then our easy access to all of these things on our phone, and you put all these things together, you have a generation that is dealing with a lot of mental struggles.
Yeah.
Right? I think we need to attack that spiritually and with God's word and sometimes with counseling. But if we don't want to have a conversation about it, if we're so ashamed we don't want to talk about it, then people continue to be silent sufferers. And I think there's a lot of silent sufferers because we feel like in the church we can't broach this conversation. We feel like it's awful sinful to say I have mental health issues. And because there's a stigma on it, it's hard for people to find freedom. But I could confess, right here on this podcast, that I know what it is to preach for 3 years and battle with depression and be on medication for depression and come off a pulpit and drive home and feel ashamed that I'm preaching the gospel to people and driving home battling depression at the same time. This is all of 2018, 2019, and 2020 going into the pandemic. I'm preaching to my church and driving home battling depression. I'm seeing a therapist, I'm on medication, and I'm feeling embarrassed as a result of that. And I've never really talked about this publicly, but I felt embarrassed. And I'm struggling with mental health and felt like, where can I get it out? Man, if I tell somebody this, how are they going to feel? The man of God is battling with mental issues, right? So because of the shame and the stigma we attach to that, a lot of us are doing ministry but struggling at the same time without knowing, man, there is freedom for that if we could just be honest with one another to say that it is okay to serve Jesus and have mental struggles, because if we don't talk about it, we just stay bound in it, right? And even I was driving here, I was just thinking about the power of just freedom, like this word I have on my hat right now, freedom. And where there is honesty and where there is community and where there is biblical fidelity and where there is humility, man, we can help each other journey towards freedom is what we need, right? And I am finally not ashamed to say that I did ministry for 3 years and struggled badly with depression at the same time. Sitting in dark rooms, sometimes not wanting to live, wrestling with suicide and preaching at the same time. I am not ashamed to confess that. And watch, and if someone listening right now, if they judge me for that, I'll take that. And if they persecute me for that, I'll take that. If they call me a hypocrite, I'll take all of that. I'm just being honest. I take all of that. But you know who was with me in that? Jesus. You know who came alongside me in all of that? Jesus. You know who did not condemn me in all of that? Jesus. You know who did not make me feel ashamed in all of that? Jesus. You know who walked me out of that prison? Jesus. You know who worked through people to get me the help I needed? Jesus. You know who brought a godly counselor into my life? Jesus. You know who has not weaponized that season? Jesus. The only person that tried to weaponize that against me is my adversary. But Jesus has not condemned me. So I will not allow men to condemn me. And watch, and if it's under the blood, it is now a weapon now for the gospel. Right? If it's under the blood, man, somebody needs to hear this right now. I feel this in my spirit. Somebody listening needs to hear my heart, hear my voice. If it's under the blood, it is a weapon now for the gospel. If it's under the blood, it is a weapon for the gospel. And it's for us now to use as a testimony of the love of Jesus and the mercy of Jesus and the grace of Jesus and the power of Christ to bring us through these dark seasons and for us to use them now as testimonies to bring other people out. And so if it's under the blood, it has now been weaponized for the power of the cross and the power of the Christ and the power of the Great Commission. And we can say with confidence that we will not allow Satan to persecute us for what Christ has walked us out of. And we will not allow our enemies to weaponize our past against us. If it's under the blood, it can be used now to set other people free. And my prayer is that someone, anyone listening to this moment right here would find the word that's on my hat through Christ. They will find freedom. Freedom through the grace of Christ, who is always willing to step into fully all of our suffering, our pain, and only if we would do the same for our brothers and our sisters and not condemn each other for our struggles, but lean into each other's pain. Man, some of our silent sufferers can become champions for the very things that had them bound. And that, my brothers and sisters, man, that's what we need. Man, we could become champions for the things that once held us bound. Champions for once was shame, was once bondage. You know, we could be champions for those things now. Champions for those things now.
Isaiah 41 verse 10, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Remember that even in your darkest moments, remember that hope is never truly gone. It only waits quietly for you to reach for it again. Your story is not over, and better days are still ahead. Stay strong. You will beat that anxiety. You will beat that depression. God is with you. He will hold you with his righteous right hand. Don't dismay. Just hang in there and believe in him that you will come out from this pain that you are faced with, from this tragedy that is killing you. He knows the pain that you're going through. He knows the depression that you are having, your mental illness. He will assist you. He will help you. It is okay. He says that it is okay, but you will be fine at the end. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell for more messages. Stay blessed.